वेलकम एवरीवन। ये सेट 1 है सीबीएसई बोर्ड 10th एग्जाम का क्वेश्चन पेपर मैथमेटिक्स स्टैंडर्ड। तो ये कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस हैं इसके ऊपर। उसके बाद सेक्शन ए एमसीक्यू, टोटल 20 क्वेश्चंस हैं सेक्शन ए में। सेक्शन बी 21 to 25 ये क्वेश्चंस हम सॉल्व कर चुके हैं। आज हम करने वाले हैं कि सेक्शन सी 3 मार्क्स ईच, टोटल 26 to 31 क्वेश्चंस हैं इस सेक्शन में। और इस सेक्शन में हम कैसे मार्क्स स्कोर करें, तो आज हम करने वाले हैं क्वेश्चंस सेक्शन सी के। सेक्शन सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31। उसके बाद सेक्शन डी है 32, 33, 34, 35। उसके बाद सेक्शन ई 36, 37 एंड 38। ओके, बट हम करेंगे सेक्शन सी। क्वेश्चन 26 ए। अगर आप ए क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं तो देखते हैं इसमें हम कितना लिख सकते हैं कि हमें मार्क्स मिल जाए। जिन बच्चों ने शुरू से प्रैक्टिस किया है, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, उन्हें क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने में कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी। बट जिन्होंने लेट स्टार्ट किया है प्रैक्टिस करना, तो वो एटलीस्ट क्या करेंगे जिससे कि उन्हें मार्क्स मिल जाए इस क्वेश्चन में। तो देखते हैं, हाउ मेनी टर्म्स आर देयर इन एपी whose first and fifth terms are -14 and 2 respectively and the last term is 62। तो सबसे पहले तो इस क्वेश्चन में हमें एपी गिवन नहीं है, एपी नहीं है, डी नहीं है, ए है। फर्स्ट टर्म इज -14, तो हम लिखेंगे ए फर्स्ट टर्म, जिसे हम A1 भी कह सकते हैं। फर्स्ट टर्म इज -14। उसके बाद 2, फिफ्थ टर्म, दिस फिफ्थ टर्म इज 2। तो फिफ्थ टर्म मीन्स A5 को हम लिख सकते हैं A + 4D, और ये हमें गिवन है 2। A1 मतलब A की वैल्यू -14 और A5 इज 2। इन दोनों की हेल्प से हम D निकाल सकते हैं। अगर A की प्लेस पर हम -14 रख दें, अगर हम यहाँ पर -14 रखें +4D इज इक्वल टू 2, 4D is equal to 2, -14 will shift to right hand side, +14, 4D is equal to 16 and D is equal to 16/4 which is 4। तो D आ गया 4, A आपके पास है -14 और D है 4। इतना हम लिख सकते हैं। उसके बाद एक और है, लास्ट टर्म इज 62। आप चाहे तो यहाँ से AP भी बना लीजिए। AP क्या हो जाएगा, जिसका फर्स्ट टर्म है -14 D। आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, AP is what? AP is first term is A, second term is A plus D, third term is A plus 2D, fourth term is A plus 3D and all and so on। तो हम यहाँ पर A बना लेते हैं। AP हो जाएगा फर्स्ट टर्म -14, सेकेंड टर्म -14 + 4 होगा -10, -10 + 4 होगा -6, -6 + 4 होगा -2, -2 + 4 होगा 2। इस तरह से आपकी एक एपी रेडी हो गई है। यहाँ पर और भी दिया है, लास्ट टर्म इज 62। लास्ट टर्म को हम नॉर्मली an से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। an इज A + n-1D, और लास्ट टर्म हमें दिया हुआ है 62। A की प्लेस पर हम रखेंगे -14 प्लस n हमें नहीं मालूम, D यहाँ पर है 4 इज इक्वल टू 62, n + n-1 n minus 1 4 इज इक्वल टू 62। इस -14 को हम शिफ्ट करेंगे इधर और ये हो जाएगा +14। ये होगा 676। यहाँ पर हम इसको इससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 4n, इसको इससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे -4, 4n is equal to 76. This -4 will shift to this side, it is +4, 4n is equal to 80, n is equal to 80 divided by 4, which is 20. It means 20th term, therefore 20th term of the AP is 62. If you feel that this question is difficult, you can try for this also. इसको भी try करेंगे. In this question, AP is given. AP is 65, 61, 57, 53 and so on. आप देखोगे कि ये जो AP है वो डिक्रीज हो रही है, 65, 61, 57, 53 डिक्रीज हो रही है. इसका मतलब जो D है, D is कॉमन डिफरेंस इज नेगेटिव. कॉमन डिफरेंस जो आने वाला है वो नेगेटिव होगा. तो हम सबसे पहले इस क्वेश्चन में लिख सकते हैं A और A1 फर्स्ट टर्म इज 65, सेकेंड टर्म A2 which is 61, third term A3 which is 57, fourth term is 53. इतना लिखेंगे. हम इसके बाद और कॉमन डिफरेंस निकालने के लिए हम लिखेंगे D इज इक्वल टू A2 माइनस A1. इसमें से इसको माइनस करेंगे तो कितना आएगा 61 माइनस 65. ये होगा -4. देखिए D नेगेटिव आएगा. देन एक और बार D ट्राई करते हैं. इसमें से इसको माइनस करेंगे A3 माइनस A2 विच इज 57 minus 61 again -4. तो कॉमन डिफरेंस -4 है. Now in this question we are asked that which term of the AP is the first negative term. कौन सा टर्म है जो नेगेटिव है सबसे पहले, फर्स्ट नेगेटिव टर्म. Now let's assume that nth term is 0. Nth term is A plus n minus 1 D and which is 0. Because nth term 0 है तो उसकी जो नेक्स्ट वाली टर्म होगी वो एक नेगेटिव टर्म होगी. A is 65 plus n minus 1 and D was -4 is equal to 0. 65 minus 4 into n is -4n, -4 into -1 is +4 is equal to 0, -4n is equal to 65 plus 4 is +69, +69 will shift this side, it will be -69, n is equal to -69 by -4, n is equal to -69 by -4, minus cancel, it will be 69 by 4, n is 17 1 by 4. So nth term is 17 1 by 4 which is 0. Then the next term will be negative term. So we can write therefore 18th term will be the first negative term. इस क्वेश्चन के कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप्स अगर आपको याद हैं, आप इसे ठीक से सॉल्व कर पाते हैं, वेल एंड गुड, यू विल गेट 3 मार्क्स. बट अगर आपको कुछ भी इसमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या करना है तो एटलीस्ट आप इतना जरूर लिख दीजिए. लेट्स अज्यूम दैट √5, जो √5 हमें प्रूव करना है इरेशनल नंबर, तो हम कंट्राडिक्शन से करेंगे इसे. लेट्स अज्यूम दैट रूट 5 इज अ रैशनल नंबर. तो इफ रूट 5 इज अ रैशनल नंबर, तो रूट 5 को हम लिख सकते हैं in this form p by q, where p and q are integers. P and q are co-prime, or you can write co-prime integers, co-prime numbers, and q is not equals to 0. इतना जरूर लिखिए. इसके आगे के 2-3 इजी स्टेप्स हैं, अगर आप उनको ठीक से सॉल्व करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली आपको इस क्वेश्चन में 3 मार्क्स मिलेंगे. Question number 28. Prove that angles between two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the points of contact at the center. I am drawing the figure for this question. Okay, so we are given, prove that the angle between the two tangents, so these are the tangents, this is starting from, this is the external point drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary. So this is the external point, this is the point of contact, this is the point of contact of second tangent, this is the center O. Now prove that the angle between the two tangent, means this angle between the two tangent from an external point to a circle is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. So we have to prove that this angle and the angle formed by these two lines, these two angles are supplementary. So we will write given. What we are given? Given a circle with center O. A circle with center O, and P is the external point. PA and PB are the tangents. You can write this much. Then given, then to prove, we have to prove that this angle, the name of this angle is APB, angle APB plus angle AOB. They both are supplementary, means their sum is 180 degree. Now proof. It is very easy. We know that this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, then, and this is a quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral. This PA, then this line, then this and this. It is a quadrilateral. So we can write AOBP is a quadrilateral. Therefore, angle A plus angle O, this angle A plus angle O plus angle B plus angle P is equal to 360 degree. Angle A is 90 degree. Angle O we don't know. Angle B is 90 degree. Angle P is equal to 360 degree. Now angle A plus angle AOB. Angle O can be written as angle AOB plus angle B plus angle P is equal to 360 degree. Now angle A is 90 degree plus angle AOB plus angle B is again 90 degree plus angle P is equal to 360 degree. Now angle AOB plus angle P is equal to 360 degree minus 90 plus 90 is 180. 180 will go to right hand side. Angle AOB plus angle P is equal to 180 degree. If the sum of these two angles is 180 degree, it means we can write therefore angle AOB and angle P are supplementary angles. This question may be difficult for those who are not in good practice since starting of the session, but जो अच्छी practice में है वो इस question को ज़रूर attempt करेंगे, but जिन्होंने late start किया है practice करना वो इस question को skip भी कर सकते हैं. Question number 30. Two concentric circles are of radii 5 and 3. Find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. Let's take this is the larger circle. This is the radii. This is the smaller circle. And it has the radii. Two concentric circles. Two concentric circle means circles which have a common center. This is the center O. Radii of the bigger circle is 5 centimeter. Radii of the smaller circle is 3 centimeter. And first of all, we'll find this. We have to find the chord, length of chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. तो हमें ये निकालना है. सबसे पहले by using Pythagoras theorem in this right triangle, we'll find this. We know that this is O, okay, this we can write A, this we can write B. We have to find the length of chord AB. This is point D, we can say. Now by Pythagoras theorem, this is a 90-degree angle and the opposite side of the 90-degree angle is hypotenuse, the longest side of the right triangle. OA square is equal to OD square. OA square is equal to OD square plus AD square, or also OD square plus AD square. We know the value of OA, which is 5 square, is equal to OD is 3 square plus AD square. So 5 square, if you shift this side to this left hand side, you will get minus 3 square is equal to AD square. 25, 5 square is 25, 3 square is 9 is equal to AD square. 16 is equal to AD square, or we can write AD square is equal to 16, or AD is equal to square root of 16, which is 4, plus minus 4, but since it is the length or the side, so it will be positive 4 centimeter. If AD is 4, then the value of DB is also 4. AD is 4, therefore DB is also 4. And the length of AB is equal to, we can write 4 plus 4, 8 centimeter. This is the solution for this question. If you do it correctly, you will get definitely 3 marks. If you do it some part of it, you will get 1 marks at least. Next question is question number 31. Find the value of P for which the quadratic equation Px bracket x minus 2 plus 6 has two equal roots. So here first of all write the equation Px x minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 0. Multiply this with this, it is Px square, this with this minus 2Px plus 6 is equal to 0. Now compare it with the standard form, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So here in place of a we have p, in place of b it is minus 2p, in place of c we have 6. So it is the identification of the coefficient of x square, x and constant term. Now it is two equal roots. So you have to find the discriminant. D is b square minus 4ac. But if the roots are equal, the value of d is 0. Since roots are equal. Since roots are equal, therefore d will be 0. D is equal to b square minus 4ac, and the value of this is 0. So put the values. B square we can write minus 2p whole square minus 4 into a we have p, into c we have 6 is equal to 0, minus 2p square. Minus 2p square means minus 2p into minus 2p. It will be minus 2 into minus 2, 4p square. It is 4p square minus 4 into 6, 24p is equal to 0. If you take common from these two terms, we will get p common, and from number we will get 4 common. So 4p is common, 4p is common, p is left, minus 6 is left is equal to 0. Then 4p is equal to 0 because one term is this, one factor is this, other factor is this. So 4p is equal to 0. If 4p is 0, then p is equal to 0 by 4, which is 0. And if p minus 6 we put equals to 0, then we get the value of p. It will be positive 6. So we had to find the value of p for which the quadratic equation has two real roots. So here we have two values. P is 0 or 6. Now here the value of p. So if p is 0, then the entire quadratic equation will be vanish. So the value of p will be 6. So you can write the value of p is 6 answer. So this is the section C, question number 26 to 31. Now in next video we'll solve section D. Thank you. All the best and keep on practicing.